Hey Bill, it's Kirk. Hey, thanks for sending this swing over. I enjoy looking at these, and I think you've got a really nice action here. I think you've done some nice work to build it, and I got a couple ideas for you that hopefully will help. I'll sort of talk about the thing that needs to, in my opinion, change, and then go through the what I think you need to do to change it. So, really simply. First of all, I think you do a really nice job of coming down from the inside and controlling the club shaft. You do not have any outside in action in this, and I think that's a big plus to starting to really improve someone's golf. So ultimately, what I think needs to be better with you is that I think, I'll bring you down here to where the club gets delivered. In this position right here, where the head of the club is basically level to the ground, I think that your arms need to be more in front of you. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If you look at Rory here, and I chose him because honestly, there's a lot of similarities in the way the club behaves from you guys. And he's a guy that does similar to what you do, but does it in a way that, in a little better way, and something that I think you need to try to emulate. If you look here, when his club shaft is parallel to the ground, look at the angle of his left arm to his chest versus yours. And then basically the amount of bend in his right arm. And then where the arms are relative to the body. So if we had a face-on view of this, to me, his hands would be more forward, the direction of the screen, laterally more forward if you're looking at it compared to his body than yours are. So this is what needs to change. You need to use your arms better when you swing. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think you need to do to fix that and how you can start to do it. I think the majority of the issue comes from you getting your hands and arms going so far around you in your backswing, and especially your right arm, retracting so far around your body. If we had a view of this from this side, your right elbow would be past the seam of your shirt on your right-hand side of your body. And if you take Rory to the top, his right elbow is probably on that seam or maybe even in front of it. Now, I think the majority of the reason why you do this is how you start your golf swing. When you start, everything together simultaneously starts moving. Your club starts moving, your hands and arms starts moving, and your hips start turning. That takes the club very around you early. And then I think you're in a position here to only sort of go up and around to continue to have some golf swing. If you watch Rory's sequence off the ball, and all these good players do this, it is sort of club head, arms, and then his body starts to kick in about right here. If he gets to waist high, he has turned his lower body a lot less, in my opinion, than you have. But then once we get him up here to the top, right, he's probably a similar amount of turn as you. He just did it in a different order, which helped him get the swing up there to the top in a different way. Now, when he comes down, to me, he is making this great body move like you are. He's leading with his body, but he is also lowering his arms as he's doing it. And I'm going to do a demonstration video to talk about that because it's probably easier to talk about than trying to show you on video. But to me, you leave your arms alone, leave them where they are, and you start turning your body. And his club and your club are about at the same point, but his hands and arms have lowered more, and his right arm is really different to his body. And I think this is why you're not creating the speed that you should, given how much effort and how much size swing you have. I mean, I think there's a ton of speed that could be picked up here if you used your arms a little bit better. So I'm going to do a little demonstration for you and splice it in, and then you and I can get together over a phone call and talk about this if we need to. All right, hope this helps. Hey, Bill. Okay, so this is what I see from you, basically what I just said on the video, but I'm going to describe it. Ultimately, we'll talk about where I think we've got to what really has to change. Ultimately, I see your arms up here at the top like this. Most people that have done this, like, really activate their arms out. And it's great that you haven't done that. So I love that about your swing. When you get wrapped around like this, you start down beautifully with your body, and your arms are just basically left behind. So you're down here, and this left arm is so far across, and the right arm's behind you. At some point, you've got to slow your body down so this club can come through and hit the ball. You're doing it on a beautiful plane. This in to out plane is awesome, so I don't want to lose that. But I do think if we could get you using your arms a little bit better, you can create some more speed. I don't think you're ever getting the speed that happens from that motion right there, like your body turning and your arm flying off your chest. I don't think you're ever getting that speed, which is, it's a big part of creating all this speed. So, as I said on that video, I think it starts early. I think your backswing takeaway, everything goes like this. Your hips start to open, your hands go this way, the club goes around, and then you get here, and the only thing left to do is just to raise like that. So I'd like you to change that order going back. I'd like you to feel like your club head, your hands, and your arms like move to where maybe your hands get to the inside of your right leg before you feel your hips kick in and turn. So change the sequence, just club head first and then turn. Feel like there's a catcher's mitt right on a straight line back from your hands, and put that club in it right there. Now from here, your arm's more in front of you than it was in your swing. And when you go to the top, you can feel like that elbow stays in front of the shoulder seam. All right, this is going to be a big part of your change. It can no longer be back there. Okay, so something like this. Now, what do we do coming down? You make this great body move. I think you've got to get used to starting to lower your arms as you do that. And this is the dicey one, but how do we feel that? In my opinion, when you start down, you need to lead with your body like you're doing, and you need to feel like your arms, specifically your right arm, is lowering this club down. You keep your wrist angles in, but your right arm is starting to lower the club down to where this, and that's going to bring your left arm down on your chest. So your arm's like this, coming in like this, and we need to have it here more. So you're starting to get some of this action in your swing, and that really speeds the club up. Hugely speeds the club up. I mean, someone could literally stand like this and really hit the ball far. And if you put that with your great body move, you're going to accelerate the club. So let me know how you go. If you need to get on a call to chat about it, happy to do that. And feel free to send me some pictures of your results. Thanks.